I want to start off by just kind of being a little transparent, if I may. I have been doing a lot of introspection, hopefully that's a word, lately. And one of the things that I have gathered in this journey of really trying to be the best me I can be, not for me or selfish purposes, but so that I can live according to the Lord's plan for my life. I want to be obedient to Him. And I want to do this of being open and clear and at peace and aware and knowledgeable. So in this quest, one of the things I have pulled out of this that I want to share with you all is the fact that I'm learning that I am not my habits, and neither are you. A lot of times we get wrapped up and disappointed in ourselves because of our habits. Some of us have a habit of being slowful, or a habit of being late, or a habit of being lazy, or a habit of being mean, or a habit of being critical, or a habit of being judgmental, or a habit of being insecure, a habit of being negative thinking, a habit of doubt, a habit of being merciless, a habit of being of lacking compassion. And we don't know what brings us or these patterns about in our lives. Sometimes it could be, as we like to say, PTSD, right? Trauma that has happened. Maybe someone has done something to you or has hurt you in the past, and this is the wall you're building up. So we create this pattern or these habits in our life. And when we look up, we're not happy. We're really trying to still find ourselves in all of this. And the bottom line is we don't have to feel tied or attached to this. The one good thing about a habit is it can be broken. You can change it. All you have to do is change your habits, change the pattern. And the Bible gives us tools to do just that. So I want to go to Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. And I'm reading partially out of the King James, partially out of the Amplified. I'm doing the King James partially just for time's sake. The Bible says in verse 1, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So in other words, you can interrupt the pattern. You can break the pattern, change your habit. If you have a habit of being conformed or operating or reacting as the world, then be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And it gives us examples. I want to read this out the Amplified, of ways or methods, in my opinion, tools to put in your toolbox to do just this. And I just want to start down at verse 6. Since we have gifts that differ according to the grace given to us, each of us is to use them accordingly. If someone has the gift of prophecy, let him speak a new message from God to his people. If service, in the act of serving, or he who teaches, in the act of teaching, or he who encourages, in the act of encouragement, he who gives with generosity, he who leads with diligence, he who shows mercy and caring for others with cheerfulness. So how do I transform these bad habits into good habits? If you're a teacher, teach. If you're a giver, give. It's all about interrupting the pattern of or breaking these habits and forming new habits. And if you run out of things or you don't know what to think about, he gives us another little snippet or some more nuggets or tools to put in our toolbox when we look at Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. And I'm going to read this from the King James Version. Finally, my brethren, I'm sorry, I'm just assuming whatsoever things are true. I didn't want to hold up too much time, but finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. We have tools to put in our toolbox so that we do not have to feel bound by these habits. But he is, what they say, a chain breaker. You can break in us the power and the ability to break the chain by adopting new habits and new ideas, or in other words, being transformed, or a metamorphosis by the renewing of your mind. May the Lord add a blessing to the reader, hearer, and doer of his word.